Well, all the schools in Sandhurst have had school boards since day one. It's been a mandatory part of their school structure. So I guess I was a little surprised to arrive in Broken Bay and find that it wasn't part of the school structure. And I guess what you really want to bring from that is this sort of, is taking that next step in that sort of parental engagement. And so I think a lot of people say, yeah, we have parents involved in our school, and yeah, sure they do. People come and hear kids reading, and they come and help at working bees, and they work on the fate, and all that's great. And I think it's all really important in building your community. But in terms of Catholic vision and mission for your school and this sort of educational agenda, you can't be the only person with your school as a principal and a leadership team driving that. You need parents behind that. They need to understand your educational philosophy and why you might be doing certain things or why you might be choosing to not do certain things, because you have parental support to do it. So they become allies, I guess, in the leadership of your school in a broader sense, and that's how I experienced it in Victoria, and I guess I was hopeful that we'd be able to do something similar here. I think a really important aspect to all this, though, is that you have to be patient with board formation. I think if you don't spend your time forming people in their capacity as leaders, then that could all go pear-shaped, because you're actually asking people to engage in a pretty fluid process. We don't really even take minutes as such or run formalised type meetings. It tends to be a space where you sort of try and get away from that committee structure to allow people to come and just think freely and brainstorm and have ideas and think about big picture things. So I think unless you can get people into a space where they're free to do that, you could run into trouble as a leader working out what am I going to do with this group of people. So the formation aspect I think is critical, and our school board has always had a minimum of day and a half retreat every year. The first year was at least 2 days, and we always go away and people are committed to that, and it's really that opportunity to bring new people in, to induct them into the process, into the philosophy, into getting them to think about where their own values sit with the work that they might do as part of the board. So I think if you can tap into people's heart space about why they want to be engaged, then they commit to it, and then they're part of a team. So we've got a very strong trust relationship that's built through formation. So I don't think it matters in the first year or so if you really don't get what you think is work done. I think the important part is laying the foundation so that when you do meet, you've actually got a purpose.